I'm here in Kamloops, BC. We've had a pretty crazy amount of snow these past couple days. And even after a bit of rain this morning, you can still tell how much we got. It's just slippery now. There's my greenhouse. It's in the past it's dipped pretty cold this winter, and it's held up just fine. Right now it's only about -1. But it holds about 20 degrees in there. So let's go inside and take a look. Just gonna have to put you down for a second there. Alright. So here we are in my greenhouse. And the fan's not on right now, but that's okay. Got a tomato back there that was just kind of volunteer from seed in this pot that I had something else in. But I decided to keep it going. Pretty leggy, but we don't get much light on this side of the valley. There's my japonica, just ready to open those flowers, but not till spring. Aloe, this thing was looking pretty pathetic all last summer. It's finally started to turn green and look happy. Got some lavender here that's just started growing again. Meyer lemon, looks like it needs some fertilizer. It's not looking too happy. My heater actually went out on a really cold night. It was, well, cold for us anyways. It was like -10, and the cord got unplugged for an entire day, and this plant got hit the worst. But it's still growing, still got new growth, nothing dried up or anything like that. So, lemongrass here. This is a Suzy key lime that I've butchered and tried to train with wire and such. This is all new growth from just the past 3 weeks. This whole stem was bare from down here all the way up to the top. All this is new growth. Up here I got my grapefruit. I actually bought this as a plant. It had that grapefruit on it already. I got it a month and a half ago. Didn't really like the transition, but it's started vegging out again, so do a little leaf up here. It's happy. And this is some kind of Asian lily, I'm sure, another kind of volunteer. I thought I had Holland bulbs in there of some kind, so I brought it in for the winter, and then I don't know, about a month ago it just started sprouting, and it turns out to be some kind of lily, I'm sure. Little avocado there. There's my passion flower going nuts. I actually planted this in the ground last summer. It grew, and then in the fall I dug the entire thing up, put it in a pot. It's looking pretty happy. Just gonna train the vines around and around, and then next spring put it right back in the ground. And it'll be its 3rd year, so hopefully I'll get fruit off it. Couple little pomegranate starts there. Some mini mandarins. A couple more mini mandarins. Got guava growing right there. This is actually a lychee plant that had spider mites late in the fall. I got some of these Persimilis, and they took care of it within days. Let's see if I can get a better shot of that. Within just a few days. Tiny little orange bugs, but they are voracious. So, some of the growth dried up near the top, but there's new stuff coming in all over the place. Little green spots everywhere. So they're coming back. Lychee is one of my favorite fruits, along with starfruit, which I have grown here. This was also hit by the spider mites, but it's clear. This is one of the few plants that the Persimilis are actually still living on, so I try to mist it all the time. Got one of those miracle berry things there. They are the ones you have that put out these little red berries. You eat them, and then you can eat like a lemon or something. It makes it taste really sweet instead of sour. They're pretty neat. It's something you gotta experience to believe. There's a mandarin here. Nice tall mandarin. It grows kind of these medium-sized oranges. Another lemongrass there that I've harvested pretty heavily. Ripped off a division for my brother. And another Packstar mandarin. It's just from the grocery store, so who knows what kind of fruit they'll actually bear. This one that I planted. Here's a poinsettia from Christmas. Got heavily overwatered and not cared for very nice, so I'm letting it dry out. Tried to pull, there's like mold on the surface that I had to remove, and it was a real mess. All the little flower spots are black, but I see some new ones just starting to come in. Yeah, I don't think it'll focus on that, but it's trying, so we'll see. Here I have a orchid. This is a Sarcochelys hartmannii. Forgive me if I pronounce that wrong, but I only read these names. So. And it's doing pretty good. It had two of these little pups on it, but I removed one from the other side. But it didn't make it. I didn't take enough root with it. I don't think it liked the spot I put it inside my orchid tank. Got a little pineapple. I planted this out a few weeks ago, and it's still green and it's rooted out nice, but hasn't really started growing. Hoping for the best on that one. Little onion start back there. Planted a bulb just to kind of keep the aphids away from my orchid. And down here I just have a flowering kale. It grows really nice. You can harvest them really easily. And although it tries to grow new ones on the stem, I usually just knock them back so I can get the sort of tree-collared effect. Really good kale grows on this. And I got some pots that have ginger roots just starting up in there. And that's about it. So the greenhouse is 5 by 8. Not too big, and the roof is pretty short. I gotta hunch over to stand up in here, but it's not too bad. The heater's on a thermostat. Plug-in thermostat. This thing's worked really well for me. Picked it up pretty cheap off the internet. You just plug the cord into there, set the temperature you like. It's got a little thermostat on the bottom. Just keep that clear from any obstacles. Make sure there's no heat blowing right at it. And it keeps the temperature perfect in here. I find I have to keep it a degree or two higher than I want the greenhouse to be, because the ambient temperature in other parts of the greenhouse might not be exactly what it is right above the heater. But a degree or two off is nothing. I got a 4-foot sun blaster in here just because where we live in the winter, deep winter like this, the sun never goes over the hill that's behind my house, so we never get direct sunlight. At least through the winter. So I need to have a bit of supplemental lighting just to keep the citrus happy and keep it 10 to 12 hours. I do keep it 12 hours. There's my little fan. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the greenhouse. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer them. And thanks for watching.